Welcome everyone to 4 Hour Young with Dr. Kapoor. Today we have an amazing guest and he comes from a diverse background. He was not even in healthcare. I would want to know more about from him what motivated him to join healthcare and get his more background. He used to be an artist. He worked in film industry. He worked in car industry. You name the brand, he worked with them. Land Rovers, Ferrari, Maserati, Alfa Romeo. Name a brand, he worked with them. And then he changed the course. He wanted to join healthcare. Out of all those things, just think of that: an artist, a business person in the car industry, very successful, and jumps into the healthcare sector. So let's welcome Mr. Patrick Kirkwood.
Thank you very much. And listen, can you tell me what's the name of your show again?
4 Hour Young.
That's what I thought. How am I looking? Am I looking good?
Oh, you look amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
I like your hairstyle.
Yeah, well, hey, it's a little windblown, but it's,
Yeah, I know. But which salon do you go to?
I can't tell you.
Come
on.
It's
a secret.
Come on, it's in
We
Hollywood?
don't want to let that out. If I let that out, there's going to be problems.
Is it in Hollywood?
Yeah, well, it used to be. Not anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. You must have a really nice person who's helping remain you fit. What's your secret?
My secret is a new company that we've started called the Biosport. And I'm sure you're well aware of that.
I heard about that, but before I go to Biosport,
yes.
So tell me more about that. You were an artist, right? You were
No,
an actor. What are you doing?
I was an actor for a while. I'll tell you. I'll give you a really quick tour of where it all began. University of Alberta, I was on my way to law school. That's where I wanted to be. I wanted to be a lawyer. Took a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn, depending on how you look at it. I ended up at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in Pasadena, California. I was an actor for some time. I did lots of live theater. I experienced the Hollywood life, and
in Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pasadena, Glendale, Burbank. It was an amazing experience. I met all kinds of famous people along the way, and had some really good acting experience. But as like many actors, I ended up back in Canada looking for a job that paid more money.
Something's saying in Hollywood, say every actors, they always work in the restaurant business, so they have a second or third job. Something's saying out there, right?
That's a great story. I developed some famous friends when I was there, and instead of being a waiter at a restaurant while I was trying to be an actor, I ended up working at a comedy club called The Improvisation, live at the Improv, and Bud Freeman, you may have seen, he had a monocle, he wore a monocle, and he had a show on TV. Well, that was my boss. Wow. And what was really amazing about that is we had different celebrities come in and out, and one of them was Robin Williams. And I got to know Robin Williams fairly well, and we used to park his car, and I would make sure that when he came in, I would take some time off and put somebody in charge, and he would always tell me when he was doing his routine. It was usually at midnight on a Sunday. So I would try, and he would let me know a couple hours ahead, and I would let my friends know that he was coming down. So before he came down, we would get ready. My friends would be on stage. He knew they were all actors, so he would oftentimes get them up on stage, and that was the very first question that he asked. So what do you do? And he already knew. And they would all say, oh, well, I'm an actor. And he would go, oh, what TV show have I seen you on lately? And of course they would say, well, I'm not on a TV show, but very incredible experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
And from there, then you moved to car industry. So how did that change happen?
Yeah. So I left Los Angeles, and it's a really long story. We don't have time for it, but I came back to Spruce Grove, Alberta, of all places where we spent a lot of time, and I had heard that the car industry, you could make a lot of money, which is exactly what I needed. Had lots of fun, lots of great experience in Los Angeles. So I got into the automotive business and did that for some time, and I happened to be really good at it. I don't know why, but
I can tell.
You
know
can
why?
tell, yeah. Why?
Because you are such a positive person. a smile on your face, make me want to buy that car immediately now.
Well, maybe that's what it was, okay? But anyways, I spent some time there, but I struggled with being in the automotive industry. So I was back and forth. I would do a little acting, and then I went back to the car business because I needed to make some money, and then I tried the acting again. I had a talent agency for some time, tried that out, really lived the life. And then I think at one point I got serious about the automotive business, and I moved into as high level of management as you could get. I was the general manager for Ferrari, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Rolls-Royce, Jaguar, Land Rover. And the reason that I took that path, I started with the domestic, but I took that path because I found the clientele it wasn't really a dirty business, and not that all car business is, but when you get in the domestic world, it is a little bit, there's some storytelling that goes on there. And what I found is in the high-end business, that didn't really happen as much, and the clientele was fairly well-to-do clients that just simply would say, I want to buy that car. So I thought that would be a great way to go.
So tell me your experience dealing with the Ferrari, Maseratis, and especially Ferrari.
Yes.
I love Ferraris. And how was the experience working with the Ferrari? It's a huge brand, number one brand globally. And obviously the customers coming to Ferrari brand are different than the Land Rover brand, the cars or other cars out there. So walk me through the journey, the type of clientele you're seeing and the challenges you were facing, and what the learning experience was there.
Yeah, sure, fantastic. Jaguar and Land Rover, absolutely amazing brands, and as you know, they've evolved over the years, but all about luxury. And the one thing that I found, I learned so much from them about what the expectations are for a client that wants everything. They want a beautiful vehicle to drive. They want to show it off every once in a while, but they also want reliable transportation. There was some challenges over the years, with that, but extremely positive experience. Jaguar Land Rover like to send their people, their upper management, to various places around the world and experience what they want their clients to experience, and that's from the top end hotels to all the great experiences. So that was wonderful. The Ferrari experience, when I left Jaguar Land Rover, I wanted to go to another brand, and I wasn't sure what that was, but I couldn't think of anything better than Ferrari or Maserati, and at that time Rolls-Royce.
Oh yeah.
And that was
that.
That moved.
Sorry to cut you off. So
Yes.
I remember brand new Rolls-Royce Ghost, I think, right?
Yes.
You gave me
Yes.
drive, and we met at that time.
Yes.
Yeah. So please carry on. Yeah.
Well, I will, but I think there's a little story that needs to be told before then, and that's how we first met. And we first met because Dr. Kapoor has a disease, and I'm going to let the world know this today.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
It's private information.
Yeah.
Cannot be shared. It's ultra secret.
Yeah.
It is classified. Mr. President is not
Yeah.
allowed to declassify these documents. Please don't tell people.
And actually, I'm his doctor, and his disease, I'm going to tell you, his disease is itchy car disease. He likes his cars.
Come on, itchy car disease. Come on.
So that's how we first met, and the experience at Ferrari is there's nothing better, and I mean it really is the pinnacle. It's I think it's as high as you can get in the automotive world, and you developed an affinity for the Ferraris, and that's how we came to meet. And I think eventually you were telling me about the research and development company that you wanted to start, and you had told me the reason why, and I found you to be probably the most incredible person that I'd ever met at that time. You were a humanitarian, and the story is, and I think this is something that the world should know too, is you had a patient that died, and I think the reason the patient died is because the system didn't allow him to get to you on time, and it's a problem that we deal with every day.
Yes.
And I've had family members experience that as well. And I'd love to talk about that some more, but that's how it all started. You started the research and development company,
Yep.
and you told me about what you were doing, and you subtly invited me to, come join you during the course of that. And, I don't think you were ready, or nor was I at that point. And, coming in close to the COVID era is when the time was right for me and possibly for you at that point.
Yep.
And that's when we joined forces. And
I loved it, and your experience coming and learning from the customer side, looking at the client, and also bringing all this knowledge to the healthcare sector.
Yeah.
Because I was looking to bring the perspective, because in healthcare, we lack that. I'm a doctor, I'm a cardiologist, I deal with complex patients, I train to manage it, help them live longer. But usually the healthcare get criticized because we don't have an empathy, we are not good in customer care, we don't treat them as a customer, especially public healthcare system, or many countries there's some hierarchies out there. So where you are not, with the doctor is like a god,
Yes.
and Dr. Billy can give you a minute or a second, and that's only you have it as a patient. But when you go to Ferrari, with Maserati, the Rolls Royce, they treat you like a king, a queen, and it truly makes you believe that you are VIP for them.
Yeah.
And you may not be, it doesn't matter, but they make you feel that way. So the healthcare needed that. So that's why I wanted you to bring that knowledge base to the healthcare side and cross over to BioAero.
It's so important, and what the most important thing is when you have a customer, a client, a patient, or whoever it may be, the one thing that they require is communication. And I think we get so busy, you experience it today, and so do I, where somebody's trying to get a hold of you either on the phone or via email, and it just keeps coming. And I don't know about you, but right now I have, probably 8, 9, 10 different email addresses, and it's just a bit of a blur, and you go through the day and you don't have that time. But what makes the difference in whatever we do in life is the communication with whoever it is that is in need of whatever we do for them. And I think that's something that I've tried to bring to the table with the company. For me, it's been a journey. You can well imagine. We haven't really talked much about what I started doing and what I'm doing now, but the journey itself has been. My brain is, you can see my head's bigger than when I started, and not because of ego, but
I know you have a great hairstyle, I love it.
Yeah, that's right, I used to have hair.
You have personal stylish, I'm sure, from Hollywood.
Yes.
But we'll carry on the story in the next episode.
Sure.
I want people to hear more about it, the next venture, because you are wearing something called CEO of My Health.
Yes.
If you'll see the t-shirt, it's a CEO of.
Well, look, I brought something even better too. For Canada, this is what we need. We need a toque.
Oh.
And it says the CEO of my own health, of my health.
Yeah, right? I love that. I love that.
And essentially, and I know you're going to ask me, well, what does that mean?
Yeah, well, what does that mean?
Well, what it does mean is exactly what it is. You are the boss of your own health. You control exactly what happens. And you talk about health and longevity and that sort of thing. What I've discovered over the years, and I think most of us, or probably not yourself, but most of us have abused our bodies during the time, and whether it's eating badly or not the correct foods, or
not knowing,
maybe too much alcohol or anything like that. What happens as you get older, you realize that, and especially if you have kids, young kids, how important it is to live longer. That becomes the most important thing in life.
And we are lucky to have you and bringing this passion, the enthusiasm. Now you're CEO of a cool company, one of the coolest technologies, one of a kind globally. It is going to usher us into new era in sports. It is going to empower us. It's going to bring to the level where we can extract maximum human potential on the field. We'll cut down certain death rates on the field. We'll be able to save lives. Stay with the show Forever Young with Dr. Kapoor. We're going to talk about it with Mr. Patrick Kirkwood, who's been promoted and will be the CEO of this amazing company, amazing startup that is going to change the sports world globally. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you, Dr. Kapoor. Thank you.
Thank you.